Welcome back to another episode of Sailing Mak Daddy in Casa de Mak Daddy. There's a reason for that. I'll get to it. In my last episode you saw that Crimond got craned in. That went all right. Everything went off without a hitch, so that was really good, which is weird. Don't want to jinx anything, not say anything, but anyway, I'd love to get back on the boat. The problem is I don't have a working tender, so that's what we got in this episode. Let's get into it and let's see what problems I can find and hopefully fix on this one. So, what you probably didn't see is before the boat got craned in, I took the tender out to go and check my mooring lines. Made sure the ground tackle was all still okay, and hopefully it's all, all the warps aren't wrapped up and what have you. Now, got the tender into the water, tide was coming in, we were just on the turn of kind of slack tide, but took the tender out, went to the mooring, checked everything. The ground tackle, so the way that my my mooring works is that you've kind of got your two kind of like concrete blocks which are connected with kind of ground tackle, ground chain I suppose, and then in the middle of that you've got like a rising chain. So you've got a couple of meters of that, and then on the top of that you've got your D shackle, which gives you access then to your kind of like your mooring buoy, and then off those comes two warps, and that is repeated kind of like in the stern and on the bow, if that makes sense. You've got like two warps for both sides of your bow, on your bow and on your stern as well, and then it's connected with a center line. Okay. It didn't make sense to me either when I first got to the club, so don't worry, okay? But anyway, that's what I got. So I wanted to make sure that things like my ground chain, my rising chain was fine, and my shackles and stuff. As it turned out, my D shackles had kind of worn to I've got less than 50% on kind of the metal on one of them, and the other one is starting to wear away as well. So I need to change those. So that was fine. So we checked those, and then as we were coming back, then the outboard just died. We couldn't get it started again, and it was just for some reason it just wouldn't start. So okay, fine, fair enough. So I'd gone out with another member of the club. He said, "Don't worry," he said, "I'll row back," and I said, "Okay, fine, fair enough." So he rowed back. Must have had about 2 or 3 strokes, and then the oar broke. And it just floated away. So we were just left with this oar handle, and it was the plastic kind of like the paddle head that had kind of gone. It was just floating away. I couldn't grab it. At that point the tide had kind of turned and it was kind of going out of the estuary, and I was like, yeah. At that point I was a bit worried that we were kind of going to go out because we had no engine. We only had one oar. So I found myself on the bow, and I was like Pocahontas in my way back to shore, thrashing away at the water as much as I could to try and get us back in time. We got back in time. The wind was behind us anyway, so it was kind of pushing us onto shore, so we were all fine. And but yeah, so by the time we kind of got back, I was without a set of oars, so I needed to sort that out. So that was one thing. So I won't go anywhere without my oars, just in case. Then this weekend I've put the outboard, which is a Yamaha Malta 3 horsepower. I've put that onto the stand, and I thought to myself, right, it's probably just the fact that the petrol was old and what have you, so it's probably a petrol issue. So I pulled the top off, took the bulb, took the bulb out, and in the bowl, and in the bowl there was a bit of sediment and crud in the bottom, so I was like, yeah, it's dirty kind of fuel, so that's fine. So I cleaned all that out, changed the fuel, and then fired it up, and realized that it's not running properly, but also I've got no telltale, the water coming out the other end. So I thought, oh God, That's not right. So I brought the outboard home. It's on the stand with me here. I pulled off the bottom end because another thing that was happening is that the prop was slipping. There's no kind of shear pin on these ones. It seems just like to be on a compression somehow. So the prop is slipping, so I've ordered a new prop. Pulled the bottom end out, checked the, sorry, that was my cat, just random tail just going past. I pulled the bottom end out, checked the water impeller, that seems fine. So I'm at a point now where I'm kind of thinking, well, the impeller seems to be working, that seems to be alright, so is something with that pipe going up into things that I think I've got to pull the head off and have a look inside. So here we go again. Engines. And here it is, the culprit. So it's the Yamaha Malta 3 horsepower, I think it is, or 3.5. Yeah. Let's open it up, and we're gonna have to try and kind of get the head off to check underneath. I hope I don't tear the gasket getting it off or ruin the gasket, otherwise I'm gonna have to buy a new gasket for the head. I might have to do some other stuff as well. I want to check the thermostat as well on this one, make sure that's working. But I'll give a bit of an overhaul. Another thing I've noticed that it doesn't have is when I'd seen another video on how to service these, it should have like almost like it's not an inline fuel filter, it's just it kind of like, it almost looks like a long needle kind of filter which kind of like just plops into the fuel tank. That's really weird. You don't want to see, no, don't do it, cat. Right. I'm going to leave that in because this is my life. Cats, kids, wives, how many will go in 2 St. Ives? Yeah. What was I? Anyway, yeah, so the fuel filter kind of goes into the fuel tank, and then it's kind of like almost like inside it, it's just like a little thin thing that goes in there. But it doesn't have one, so I need to buy one of those as well. So let's get it sorted, stripped down, and see what I can do with it. Okay, I'm going to stop the video there for just 2 seconds because I'm in the middle of editing the video, and looking back on it now, it's really funny to see like that kind of naivety and kind of enthusiasm that I had right at this point, thinking kind of, I can do this. What could go wrong? Wow. Let's carry on. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is take off the fuel tank. As you can see here, there's your on-off switch. I've got that off, so there's no fuel coming down here. Should be just 2 10mm bolts there and another one there. So here we go. That's untightened, so we don't want that. It's loosey, lefty loosey. Come on, you. That's it. There you go. Always quicker doing it this way. And then the last one. Okay, so eek. 1, 2, 3. Let's put them down here. Okay, make sure you make a note of the fact that this one's longer, that goes in the front. Okay, so that should just pop out there. And then, just being very, very careful, I'm gonna, oh, there you go, look at that. So like I said, that, oh crumbs, left the leader open, didn't I? Idiot! There you go. There's the first mess up. I wonder if I can just, oh, I bet it's not gonna let me, is it? Let's take this front end bit off. Let's do that. Okay. So to do that, there should be, this one's broken there, but what you need to do is unscrew this bit here and don't lose the screw. That comes out, and then, god damn it, Janet, I knew there was something else I needed to do. Under here, I'm sure there's something under there as well, is there? Is there something there? Yes, under there, under there. 2 more screws, 2 more 10. Right, under here. There you go. Under there, some 10mm bolts again, which should allow you access. Here is one. 2. There you go. There you go in there. Right. Wonder if I can get this bit off as well. I haven't taken this bit off before, so I don't know what this is held on with. What I'm hoping is it these. Let's try it. Let's just start unscrewing everything. Shimmy, shimmy up, shimmy up, shimmy up. Okay, if it's not that one, what about these ones? Tight like a tiger. Yeah, I think this is it. Alright. Ooh. Okay, so what about this now? Is that coming off? It should do. Oh, I better go take this off. Ah, crumbs. That's tight. Look at that. Looks like the stuff. Oh my days. I'll probably give these a spray with some 3-in-1 or something like that. Dear me. Oof. It's nasty. It's nasty. Right. Alright, there you go. Alright, that one and that one go in there like that, and then this Looks like it's coming out. Why isn't it coming out? Ah, there you go. Ah, crumbs. That's because it's on there like that. Let's undo this one actually. Going into the fuel pump. Got a bit of a space here. Press that together. And, where's that? I think there it is. Actually, no, I'm going to do that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to prise it out. Banana. Okay. Done. Right, that's off. Okay. Right. What do I need to look for now? Yeah, I need to get these off tonight. So, looks like there's a screw there. 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 Six nuts and bolts. So 6 bolts holding this, and then there's your head here. Right. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, welcome back. There was 6 things happening there, six nuts. Obviously 4 of them came out fine, and it looks like I've sheared 2 of them, so that's fantastic. So I'll probably have to screw the other bolts out, re-tap them. I think they're M4, M5, so I'll have to re-tap those and, you know, make sure that's fine. But here we have it. This is the moment of truth. Holy frig, what the heck is that? Oh no. Right, okay, 1 minute, what's going on here? Let's see. Where is it going to? Ah, it's going to my... I got it. It's going to my throttle cable. So, if I just do that... Now people go, oh, you got a yacht. Oh, that's a flex. They don't see this. Right, let's go back. Right, that's coming out there. Holy muck moly, what is going on here? That's not good. Ah, well that's why. That's all. This is all gunked up. It's all gunked up. What is this? This is just salt. What is this? This looks like... I don't even know what this is. Has this like never been... Oh my days. So I've just thought about doing an oil change. So I've taken the top nut out, bottom nut. Look at the colour of that oil. That is minging. Now, it's a messy job, but that has got brand new gear fluid, gear oil, gear oil. Yeah, gear oil. So I'm going to clean that up, but look at that. That was the, that was the oil. The brown stuff, obviously. Gross. Now, as you can see, I took the thermostat housing out because I wanted to check the thermostat. Unfortunately, the thermostat was seized, and you can see in here on the inside, there's all this crystallized kind of like salt and what have you. So that's probably not great. So I made the decision to buy another power head. So a few days later, and my engine looks like this, all in bits. I've sanded down and rubbed down and scrubbed down the inside of the leg and around the power head and the coolant kind of area where all the water goes. And then the day came when my new power head arrived. So opened it up, and yeah, I'm happy. And with the delivery of the new gasket for the power head, it was time to put things back together again. that that was a bit of a pig, but literally 10 minutes later, fiddling back and forth, either went in and I missed the kind of like the water intake pipe, or I put it in, and the first time I was like, yeah, put it in, and then I went and kind of engaged the gear bit, and I thought, oh, I wonder where it is, and I went and flicked it into gear and then back again, and then the kind of like the screw bolt bit got stuck, so I had to pull it out and free that up and then start over again, and it is what it is, but it's done. So it's time to put a bit of fuel in there and fire it up, and hopefully it works. Okay, so the first thing I'm noticing is when I'm pulling her, the prop is turning, so that means that my linkage is wrong. So I'm going to adjust that first, make sure she's definitely in neutral now gear, because the last thing I want is for her to start just throwing water everywhere. So let's do that first, and then I'll get back to trying to start her off. Right, that's done. It's now in neutral. Clicks forward for obviously to go in gear. Start it in neutral. Let's try and pull let's try and pull the fuel through and get this baby started. And there we have it. I am going to take that as a win. My oars haven't come yet, but I've got a spare set of oars anyway, just to get me out of trouble, so I've got those. And the engine, as I said, as you can see that, the engine has had a full service now, pretty much. She's purring away nicely, so I'm able to now finally get back onto Crimond and start thinking about actually sailing her this season, so that'll be great. As always, please give me a like, a share, subscribe, and drop me a comment if you want as well, and I'll get back to you. And until then, I will see you on the next one. Catch you on the flip side, guys.